Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to open my speech with a very touching hurt experience from my friend, and it's about his father. His father has died because of the lung cancer that caused by the death stick that he consumed every day, the cigarettes. The problem is, the cigarette is so addictive and it will be so hard to make his father stop from consuming it. His father's lungs were no longer intact and it was so awful. And it might be so hard for my friend as the son to see his father had to suffer from the cancer. But actually, it wasn't only hard because of the psychological effect for him, but because his family needed a lot of money for treating his father from the cancer because the cost was very expensive. But fortunately, the government has helped him by giving the health subsidy program, the BPJS, to them. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that our beloved country has the highest number of the smokers in the world, and almost 90 billion people. And there will be a lot of another my friend story outside there. But one thing that I realized from that story, that cigarettes, it wasn't simply about the health problem, but it also about the economic problem. Why? We know that the government has done a great job in improving the public health by giving the health subsidy programs such as like BPJS. But unfortunately, the funding mostly allocated to the tobacco-related disease, and the problem is it reached the spectacular amount. In 2013, the total loss to tobacco consumption hit 378.75 trillion rupiah. And even Indonesia economy is also expected to lose 59,580 trillion rupiah by the tobacco-related disease. So those facts leads me to stand here today, and I can firmly say that I believe when the government increase the excise of the tobacco, it won't make the economic condition of Indonesia become worse or more standard than before. Why? Because when the government increase the excise of the tobacco, automatically the price of the cigarettes will be higher, and the middle to lower class or a student who is a smoker will think twice if they want to buy the cigarettes. So when the consumer of the tobacco are decreased, the subsidy for the tobacco-related disease will be decreased too, and the funding can be allocated to the other sector for the development in our economy nowadays. For example, for the industrial growth, such as by giving the subsidy to the small industry manufacturers. But the equation in our society nowadays, so how about the tobacco industry itself? How about the farmers? How about the company? Because we know that tobacco is one of the biggest industry in our society nowadays. So when the government increase the excise, it will have the bad significant impact for the tobacco industry. That's the equation in our society. But actually, the government has already given the answer for this equation. When the government increased the excise of the tobacco, the company also increased the margin of the product. What does it mean? For the example, when the price of the cigarette is only 15,000 rupiah, the company can get the profit approximately 10,000 rupiah. But when the government increases the excise of the tobacco and the price will be up to 50,000 rupiah, the company can get the profit 20 until 25,000 rupiah. So the profit can make the best significant impact for the company's profit. The company will count how much the margin they should increase in order to offset the total loss of the consumer of the tobacco. So ladies and gentlemen, I said that I strongly believe that this policy won't make the economic condition of Indonesia become more stagnant and worse than before. Why? Because first, the funding of the tobacco subsidy can be allocated to the other sectors for the development of our country, such as by giving the subsidy to industrial growth. The second, it won't make the best significant impact for the company because the company also increased the margin for themselves. So ladies and gentlemen, we begin this talk with the dilemma which one we should choose, the health side of the economic side. But now we end up this talk with a good solution, with the best solution in the health problem and also the economic problem. I hope your day today can be as good as our solution today, and for all of the attention that you gave to me, thank you, and I'm sorry if there are a lot of mistakes. Have a good day.